call to order the board action session for Thursday, August 28th at 7 p.m. for the Indianapolis Public School Board of Commissioners. Would you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Odle, Commissioner Adair White,
Here.
Commissioner Hannon,
Here.
Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Arnold,
Here.
Commissioner Cosby,
Here.
President Ruth.
Here. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is adoption of the agenda. Do any board members see any additions or changes that need to be made to the agenda? Not, we'll accept it as it is. Next, recognition of groups in the audience. Are there any groups that would like to be recognized tonight? If so, please stand and state your group name. Okay. That was Rhonda Lynn Cornett with the Indianapolis Teachers Association. Anyone else? Okay, moving along, we have our delegation section of the evening. Tonight we have 2 delegates. What will happen is I will call your name and you will come to the podium right here to speak. You have 3 minutes. We do set a timer. You will hear it go off. You don't need to stop immediately. Go ahead and wrap up your thoughts. And we'll just start that timer as soon as you're comfortable with speaking. If you have anything to pass out, we can come get it from you. The first delegate of the evening I have is Lamika Perkins-Knight, representing herself regarding concerns with loyalty and positives. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. I would like to start off saying I love my job. My name is Lamika Perkins-Knight, and I'm an inclusion teacher at Theodore Potter Spanish Immersion Magnet School 74, where children are immersed a half day in Spanish. We have received an A rating 5 out of the last 8 years. Unlike some magnet schools, our demographics are more comparable to a boundary school. We are featured in the Chalkbeat article, looking at what makes IPS 10 A schools. 10 A schools, the district top-rated school, range from typical to advantage, with 9 other A schools. I was hired in IPS back in 2006 with Ruth Miller. She placed me in my dream job. At School 74, I'm able to teach every day towards my teaching philosophy that all children can learn through high expectation. In my 8 years of teaching, I have been rated effective my entire career. After 3 years of observing great teachers, I crossed the boundary twice, leaving my A corporation, Franklin Township, to enroll my children in IPS. I don't know very many teachers or administrators in this district that can say that. I truly do love IPS. The question you're asking yourself is, why does she love IPS and specifically School 74? The teachers at my school are die-hard devoted. I work with a cohort of highly effective and experienced teachers that are exceptional. Dr. Farabee, in your back-to-school address, you noted the importance of loyalty. You stated you are talented, loyal employees committed to the service you provide. Even you, the board members, need loyalty, being an election year. In 2009, when I was a Teach Plus Fellow, we wrote a research paper titled The Cost of Loyalty, which we discussed salary and benefits in the district. Just this year, 200 teachers left the district in a mass exodus. I was determined to never let the cost detour me. In March of this year, I had the opportunity to apply for a T3 leadership position. Teach Plus partnered with IPS bringing the T3 initiative. The position would be my dream job. I would get everything I have at 74 in a neighborhood school. What better way to shut up naysayers than by leaving a well-off magnet to a neighborhood school? In July, I had to decline my position that I yearned. The cost of loyalty finally caught me. My gross pay is $1,700, and I take home $1,100 biweekly. The total cost of childcare was $1,100 a month, and I could not give up an entire paycheck. I did not come here to point fingers. It is not your fault, Dr. Farabee, that I have not received a raise since 2009, and that I have no cost of living increase since 2012. My insurance premiums continue to go up, and I have never been compensated for being effective. I just want you to know that I continue to love my job. I continue to be loyal to IPS, and I continue to work every day to expose children to rigor and high expectations. I only have one question for you, school board and Dr. Farabee. Will you be loyal to me as we have been loyal to you?
Thank you very much. Our next delegate is Rhonda Lynn Cornett, representing the IEA regarding the start of the new year. I have heard that people have had a hard time hearing, so be sure we speak into the microphones, please. I know.
Good evening. My name is Rhonda Lynn Cornett, and I am the president of Indianapolis Education Association. Tonight, I would like to address the smooth start to this year. I look forward to collaborating with you on a variety of topics this year. Not only are we bargaining a new contract, but we are excited about the formation of building-level leadership teams. As you know, the teachers in the buildings are our greatest asset in assisting the administration in building strong schools within IPS. This year, Indianapolis Education Association and IPS will collaborate with IUPUI to modify the current IPS RISE evaluation tool we use. We will continue to discuss issues that impact the district monthly at our Professional Relations Group, PRG, meetings and district discussion team meetings. I am also excited about our approach to the displaced students due to the recent closure of charter schools. The Indianapolis Education Association is also proud to be public, and we look forward to working with IPS to empower our schools to be great public schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have report of the treasurer. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next section, General Superintendent's recommendation, new business.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, board members. The first agenda item in section 5 is item 5.01. It's a recommendation that the Board of Commissioners accept to approve the in-kind and monetary donations as presented in your materials.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.02. Is a recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approve into an agreement with the New Technology Network to provide New Tech High School at Arsenal Tech High School. Ask that Commissioners approve this agreement for the 2014-15 school year as presented.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Commissioner Hannon.
I just want to say I had the benefit of being on the Arsenal Tech campus during my first year of teaching, and I think the new tech program is probably one of our sort of uncovered gems. And so I hope that if people don't know about what it is, they should make a visit because it's an incredible program.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.04. It's important to note that item 5.03 has been withdrawn. And item 5.04 is a request for Board of Commissioners to approve the contract for Racial Equity Institute training for staff. We ask that Commissioner approve the contract as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.05. We ask that the Board of Commissioners approve the agreement between Stephen Foster Elementary School and the CWA Authority as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.06, is a recommendation for the Board of Commissioners to approve the adoption of the Discovery Education in Science and Social Study Digital Textbook Series. We ask that Commissioners approve this item as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.07. Recommend the Board of Commissioners approve the adoption and purchase of the attached Delta False Live materials for instruction as presented.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on this item? Commissioner Cosby?
I've been around a little while in the classroom. I remember FOSS being around several years ago. With this being living organisms and things that we're actually experimenting with in the classroom, how often do we replace these materials?
I think Tammy Bowman's in the audience, and she'll come up and respond to that.
Good evening. We replace them, so at the end of each year, we do an inventory of how many materials we need, and we only order based on what we need.
So we're really just replenishing the materials for the experiments, but I've seen kits, am I right? The
yes.
black and white boxes that say FOSS on the outside. So we just replenish experiment materials.
These are
and-
consumables.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I neglected to fully identify Tammy Bowman. She's our Curriculum and Instruction Officer. Thank you, Dan.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next agenda item is item 5.08, which is a field trip request. We ask the Board of Commissioners approve the field trip request for the John Marshall Jr. ROTC Raider Unit to participate in field training at exercise camp. We ask that Commissioner approve this item as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Before we move into section 6, I would like to say if it seems like we're moving fast this evening, it's because we did have a briefing session on most of these items. It would have been about 10 days ago on a Tuesday, and so that's why it may seem like we're going fast. We've discussed a lot of these in detail. So moving along to section 6, General Superintendent's recommendations, business and finance.
Ask that the Board of Commissioners consider presenting and approving these items collectively.
So moved.
So we ask that Commissioners consider items 6.01 through 6.06 for approval.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on any of these items? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I'm sorry, we have a 6.07 and 6.08.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on these two items? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
We have General Superintendent recommendation for business and finance. We ask that the Commissioners consider and approve items 7.01 through 7.10.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on this item, these items? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next section is section 8, General Superintendent recommendations for business and finance, sealed bids. We ask that Commissioners consider this section collectively, items 8.01 through 8.10 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on any of these items? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next section is General Superintendent's recommendation for personnel. We ask that Commissioners approve the personnel report, item 9.01 for August the 28th, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on any of these items? Commissioner Cosby?
In section C, which is labeled change of salary due to academic training or other factors, we have a few modifications that are indicated. The reason indicated is additional service years. And I'm just wanting a little bit more of an explanation as to why this is occurring. And I know that we're working on a new compensation model, but until that is defined, we still are operating off of the one that's in place from previous years. So it just threw me off a little bit.
Hi, good afternoon. The additional service years indicate new employees who have been hired to the district. They have 30 days approximately after hire to provide to us their previous experience from corporations, previous school districts. So that's how we're listing it in the board report. So these are people who have been hired and approved by the board on previous reports, and they have provided in their education, or excuse me, their experience has been verified from their previous corporation.
So these are other school corporations outside of IPS. We accept like a transfer of credit in terms of years of service?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And do these, does the increase still follow our guidelines of
Absolutely.
pay increase?
Absolutely.
Anyone else have any questions on the personnel report? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any unfinished business or new business?
Ma'am.
Okay. And then next, we have superintendent's comments.
Good evening again, audience and commissioners. I just want to recognize that this Saturday, IPS will be hosting STEMnasium, which is an opportunity for students to explore STEM through coding. Students from Arsenal Tech, Harshman, George Baker, and Washington Irving have an opportunity to, Thomas Gregg, Washington Irving have an opportunity to participate. Students and families will be a part of this event. It'll be held this Saturday at Arsenal Tech, and we'll be providing lunch and breakfast for students and families as well.
Thank you. Any commissioner comments this evening? Commissioner Cosby?
I just want to thank the people that are willing to come and be delegates here in the evening during these public meetings. You don't know how much we appreciate hearing from people on the ground in the classroom. We're always available online. You can find our email addresses. You can find phone numbers to contact us individually if you wish. But to stand up here takes a great amount of courage. I just want to say that your voice is very important. We hear you, and when we just sit up here and we don't acknowledge anything, that's just kind of our protocol and the way that we operate. But just know that your voice is heard, and we greatly appreciate your courage. We had a board retreat today. I just wanted to share that I felt like it went really well. We had the opportunity to sample an IPS lunch, so that was fun. We kind of, we ran over and grabbed a sampling of the IPS lunches, actually from School 74. So, it was, a little adventure there, and it certainly was enlightening in terms of, what we're offering to our students every day. But other than that, I'll hand it back to Madam President.
Anyone else, commissioner comments? I'd just like to thank Margaret with Teachers Treasures who hosted us today for our board retreat. I think I've had a lot of fun this year going out and having our board retreats other places than the lounge. We've been to Forest Manor. We went to, I can't think of the name of the mansion.
The mansion.
Summers Mansion, thank you, at Cold Spring. Today we were at Teachers Treasures, who graciously host us and fed us from Soul Sisters, a new place in the Bonner Center. They do a lot for not only IPS teachers, but other teachers around, and I really hope our teachers can get in there, and they're doing a lot of great things of changing the system and turning digital, so we appreciate that. Our next board retreat will be hosted at the Colonel's Cupboard and will be served lunch by tech students, so that's exciting. With nothing else, we will stand adjourned, and our next IPS board meeting is next Wednesday at 5:30 here in the boardroom. It is our policy committee. We stand adjourned.